For years, we have told you that walls work. And we've got graphic proof of just that. So just imagine there's a wall on our southern border, right? And the migrants are on the Mexican side, and they cannot get through to the American side. And it was not until our man down on the border, Bill Melugin, tweeted this out yesterday that we saw that we now know how some of the migrants are getting in, even though the walls are working. Look at this.
Yeah, the walls work and the gates work if the locks stay on them. But look at this video. So the Fox News was down there, and we witnessed the National Guard locking this gate at the border on private property at a major crossing area in Eagle Pass to deny the illegals to come into or further into the U.S. Then Fox News witnesses the Border Patrol agents come along with a key. They open the gate to illegals that are standing outside of the gate and allowed them to go through for processing, all with the Texas National Guard just standing there watching.
And of course, Greg Abbott not very happy about this, writing the following in response: unbelievable. While Texas secures the border, the federal government is enabling illegal immigration. Biden's open border policies cause this crisis. The federal government must do its job and fix. So to review, literally the Biden administration has been telling us for 2 years now that the border is closed. Yet we now have literal video evidence of them opening the border that the Texas authorities had closed.
Well, and what's interesting is this is not public land. Those National Guardsmen and the Border Patrol people are on U.S. soil, but it's owned by private property owners. And so essentially what they're doing is those guys, okay, so this is being taken from the United States side. As you see, that member of Joe Biden's Border Patrol unlock the gate. Bill Melugin says that closing the gate and keeping people out is nothing new for the most part. The gate has been open in the past, and Bill was back there in May. But what is new today is the fact that the Texas National Guard, at the direction of the governor down there, Mr. Abbott, they locked it up. Obviously, the property owner said, you know, let's lock it up. So they did. What happens? The Border Patrol comes in with the keys and unlocks it simply so they can process those migrants. And so the migrants, there were about 25 or so, something like that, they come out. They are now on U.S. soil. They are processed. Next thing you know, what does the National Guard do? Well, with the Border Patrol, they lock the gate back up.
So it's the Texas National Guard doing one thing, and then Biden's Border Patrol doing something else, and unlocking the gate and letting them in. If you look at the numbers, the migrants that have been sent here to New York City over the past 2 weeks, 800 plus. That's a total of 15 buses. And Greg Abbott's hired private security to look after the migrants on the buses coming to New York. But the city commissioner of the mayor's Office of Immigration Affairs says he's putting them on the buses, these security guards, to prevent the migrants from hopping off on their way to New York City.
Right.
If you listen to Tom Homan, he was the acting ICE director for a while and works here at Fox as a contributor. But he says that he predicts at the end of this fiscal year, which ends on September 30th, he says a total of 4 million encounters since Biden's been president, and he's predicting there will be 1 million gotaways. So that's a total of 5 million illegal entries into the U.S. just in Biden's first 2 years alone, basically.
The number that CBP giving us 2 million, but regardless of whether it's 2, 4, or 5, it is a lot, and it shouldn't happen.
And that's 2 million per year. That's 2 million this fiscal year.
Right. And so many of them are coming to New York, and we saw the number of 4 buses showed up from Texas yesterday live on our air. We were able to show you a couple of those. A couple of days ago, we told you about how New York City was renting out a nice hotel called formerly the Milford Plaza, also known as the Lullaby of Broadway, just a couple of blocks away from the Port Authority right there. That's the hotel it's now called Row Hotel NYC.
Those must be the computers in the lobby that you can get on the internet for free.
The Wi-Fi cafe, absolutely. So anyway, the city, we told you, was essentially going to open up 1,000 hotel rooms here in New York City. And now the new news this morning is now they're looking for another 5,000 hotel rooms to put the migrants in from Texas. A Republican here in New York tweeted this out yesterday. New York City is looking for an extra 5,000 hotel rooms to house bust-in migrants. So now we will have illegal migrants instead of tourists in our hotels. Imagine the impact on our economy, crime, and tax dollars.
Well, that tourist point is so apt because let's realize where the Milford Plaza is. It's in the heart of Broadway, hence the song. And they're going to put, if they're looking for more hotel rooms in the heart of Broadway, to your point, this is tourist central. Like when you come, Times Square, when you come to this area, if you're a tourist, the first time you're visiting the area, you're coming to Times Square. And so they're going to fill these now, to your point, with tons of illegals. They're not going to get the revenue from those tourists then spending money in and around the area. It's going to be bad for the city, but it's also going to be ridiculous. You don't come here to get the migrant experience. You come here to get the tourist experience.
But you know what? To the point about the number of migrants in those hotels is this. Hotel occupancy is way down. And so if they got to deal with the federal government, hey, federal government's going to buy 5,000, actually now 6,000 hotel rooms in New York City per day. Hotel people are going, you know what? That's money in our pocket.
And we don't know who these people are. They haven't been vetted. We don't know if they're safe or not, and we worry about the fentanyl that's coming across. You have Congressman John Cato he's a Republican from New York, and he said in his city yesterday, he was interviewed yesterday, so this was on Tuesday, in his city in Syracuse on Tuesday, 14 drug overdoses from fentanyl. 14 just in his city. And he says he just returned from the congressional delegation to Central America, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, and he said they're overrun by drug trafficking, they're overrun with the influence of the cartels. The cartels are really fat and happy because of our southern border.
And just one other thing, as you look at some of the migrants who came off of the Texas buses yesterday, I think the federal government is realizing, in a weird way, Greg Abbott was actually right. Maybe because there's such a problem on our southern border with all those migrants in those small border communities, you know, taxing the situations down there. So what did he do? He rented these buses. They brought people up here, and now apparently Republicans are trying to probe whether or not the Joe Biden administration is talking to Amtrak to essentially put the migrants on the trains and just take them wherever Amtrak goes. One quote is, and this could be a problem, this is what Republicans are worried about. They say it could cause disruptions for regular Amtrak customers. It could interrupt freight traffic, and that could be a significant supply chain issue. So just think about it. If the trains also, not always full, suddenly full of migrants, where do they go? They go wherever they want.
Northeast corridor is where they go.